I'm Dennis Martin, President of Demartek. In today's video, we examine the LSI Nytro XD SSD caching solution. SSD caching is garnering a great deal of attention because of the promise of significant performance increases and latency reductions for enterprise applications. We have found that SSD caching solutions have several characteristics. SSD caching solutions identify frequently accessed or hot data. These solutions automatically move a copy of the hot data to the SSD cache. Multiple applications can benefit from the SSD cache, and performance improves over time as the cache is populated with data. This is known as the cache warm-up. The LSI Nytro XD solution is a server-side SSD caching solution. This SSD cache resides inside the server and significantly reduces storage access latency, since much of the I/O activity does not have to go over an external network. Further, no changes are required to the applications running on the server, and no changes need to be made to the back-end storage. The LSI Nytro XD solution includes the Nytro XD host software and an LSI Nytro WarpDrive. We installed the 400 GB Nytro WarpDrive into a server and ran a read-intensive database workload over 10 GB iSCSI with a well-known storage system. We measured the performance of these tests 3 times. First, we established a baseline by running the test with no SSD caching. Then we measured the performance while the cache was warming, and finally when the cache was fully warmed. The TPCH workload performs considerable sequential disk I/O, including table scans over very large datasets. These tests measure the time to complete the workload, so a lower score is better. As expected, the third test shows higher performance by completing the test more than 11 times faster than the baseline test. We measured the latency of these read-intensive tests with and without the cache enabled. The blue line is the baseline test with no SSD caching. By looking at the red line, you can see the obvious decline in the latency while the cache is warming. The green line shows the latencies with the fully warmed cache. When fully warmed, the peak latency was less than 0.5 milliseconds and the average latency was less than 0.2 milliseconds. We also measured the throughput rate of these read-intensive tests. The LSI Nytro XD solution significantly accelerated the processing rate for this test, allowing the test to complete faster as the cache warmed. Again, the blue line was the baseline test with no SSD caching. The red line shows the cache during its warm-up phase, and the green line shows the performance with the fully warmed cache. The peak throughput when fully warmed was 10 times higher than the peak throughput of the baseline test. The average throughput was 11 times higher than the average baseline throughput. To get the full report, please visit our website at www.demartek.com or search for Demartek LSI Nytro Evaluation in your favorite search engine. While you're on our website, have a look at our other reports, evaluations, and deployment guides. We also invite you to sign up for our free monthly newsletter. I'm Dennis Martin, and thanks for watching.